You guys, can we just talk about what happened the moment BTS landed in America? Because honestly, it didn't feel like a normal airport arrival at all. It felt like the beginning of something much bigger. Before anyone even had the chance to process that BTS had officially arrived for one of the biggest moments of 2026, one person quietly stepped into view, and somehow, without saying a single word, Park Jimin instantly became the center of everyone's attention. No dramatic entrance. No grand announcement. Just Jimin, walking. And somehow, that was enough. The cameras started flashing faster. Fans who had been trying to stay calm suddenly couldn't hide their excitement anymore. Social media feeds refreshed almost instantly. Everyone was asking the exact same question. Did you see Jimin? Not because he was trying to stand out, but because he simply couldn't be ignored. And honestly, how does he even do that? The airport was already alive long before BTS appeared. Reporters stood shoulder to shoulder. Security carefully guided pathways through crowds that had been waiting for hours. Army held purple banners, cameras, light sticks, and phones high above their heads, hoping to capture even one unforgettable second. The air itself felt different. There was excitement. There was anticipation. Because today wasn't just another tour stop. Today was the day before BTS would take the stage during the halftime show of the FIFA World Cup 2026 final. Just think about that for a second. One of the world's biggest sporting events. Billions of eyes. One global stage. And BTS was about to become part of football history. You could almost feel the pressure floating through the air. But then, the airport doors opened. The members began appearing one by one. Cheers exploded instantly. It wasn't loud. It was overwhelming. The kind of sound that makes your heart race before your brain even catches up. Every member looked relaxed despite the long journey. Some smiled warmly. Some waved softly. Some exchanged little glances with each other that reminded everyone that beneath the worldwide fame, there's still 7 people traveling together like they always have. And then, Jimin appeared. For a split second, everything seemed to slow down. Maybe it was just our imagination. Maybe it was because everyone suddenly focused on the same person at exactly the same time. But it genuinely felt like time paused. His outfit was elegant without looking like it was trying too hard. Simple. Clean. Modern. Every detail seemed effortless. The fit. The colors. The accessories. Nothing screamed for attention. Yet somehow, everything attracted attention. That's always been one of Jimin's greatest strengths. He never forces people to look. People simply can't stop looking. Honestly, fashion isn't just about expensive clothes. It's about presence, confidence, comfort. And Jimin has mastered that balance in a way that's almost impossible to explain. He doesn't wear the outfit. The outfit becomes part of him. Can we talk about his expression for a second? He looked calm. Almost peaceful. There was a tiny smile that appeared for only a brief moment as he noticed fans calling his name. Not a huge grin. Not exaggerated. Just a small, genuine smile that somehow reached his eyes. That little moment. It spread across social media almost immediately. Thousands of fans replayed those few seconds over and over again. Because sometimes, the smallest smile carries the biggest emotion. And just when you think everyone was focused on the outfit, something else quietly stole people's hearts. Jimin kept acknowledging the people around him. A soft wave. A respectful nod. Brief eye contact with fans standing behind the barriers. Nothing dramatic. Nothing staged. Just natural kindness. Those tiny interactions reminded everyone why people fall in love with him over and over again. Not only because of his talent. Not only because of his visuals. But because underneath all the global fame, He still carries himself with incredible warmth. Meanwhile, the excitement surrounding tomorrow's halftime performance continued growing by the minute. Every news outlet seemed to have the same headline: BTS has arrived. Speculation filled every corner of the internet. What songs would they perform? Would there be a brand new arrangement created especially for the FIFA World Cup final? Would there be surprise visuals? Special choreography? Unexpected collaborations? Nobody knew. And maybe that's exactly why the anticipation felt so intense. But somehow, even in the middle of all those questions, people still couldn't stop talking about Jimin's airport appearance. Isn't that incredible? A simple arrival became one of the biggest conversations online. That's influence. Not manufactured. Not forced. Just genuine excitement from millions of people who love watching him simply exist. You guys. Imagine being there. Imagine hearing the crowd before seeing anything. Imagine the flashes reflecting across the glass walls. Imagine suddenly spotting that familiar silhouette. Your heart immediately recognizes him before your eyes fully do. That's exactly what so many fans described. One fan even said it felt surreal seeing Jimin in person because photos never fully capture the atmosphere surrounding him. And honestly, that makes perfect sense. Some people don't just enter a room. They change the room. Jimin has always carried that kind of quiet energy. Not loud. Not overwhelming. But magnetic. It's almost impossible to explain unless you've experienced it. Then something else happened. The members naturally gathered closer together as they continued walking. You could immediately see the comfortable chemistry they've built over so many years. Little conversations. Small laughs. Relaxed body language. No performance. No cameras needed. Just friends traveling together before one of the biggest performances of their careers. Those are the moments fans treasure the most. Because behind every stadium, behind every world record, behind every sold-out concert, they're still human. Still laughing. Still teasing each other. Still finding comfort in familiar faces. And somehow, that makes tomorrow feel even bigger. Because yes, this is the FIFA World Cup final. The entire planet will be watching. Millions of football fans. Millions of music fans. Families. Children. People discovering BTS for the very first time. Can you imagine that feeling? Knowing that one performance could introduce your music to an entirely new generation. The responsibility. The excitement. The honor. It's almost impossible to imagine carrying all of that. Yet somehow, when Jimin walked through that airport, none of that pressure appeared on his face. Instead, he looked grounded, focused, ready, almost as if he quietly understood exactly why he was there. And honestly, that calm confidence might have been even more impressive than the outfit itself. Because clothes can create first impressions. But energy creates memories. Can we also appreciate how fans reacted online? Within minutes, photos spread everywhere. People zoomed into tiny outfit details. They discussed the jacket, the shoes, the accessories, the hairstyle, even the way he carried himself while walking. Some called it effortlessly luxurious. Others described it as soft elegance. Many simply wrote, "Only Jimin." Because somehow, that phrase explains everything. Only Jimin could make an airport feel like a runway without acting like it was one. Only Jimin could look both approachable and completely unreal at the same time. Only Jimin could create headlines simply by smiling for a few seconds. And just when you think that was the biggest moment, something else quietly began happening. Fans started imagining tomorrow. What would Jimin look like under the stadium lights? How would his expression change once the music started? What choreography had BTS been secretly preparing all this time? Would there be emotional moments? Powerful moments? Completely unexpected moments? The waiting somehow became part of the experience. Every hour suddenly felt longer. Every new update created another wave of excitement. The countdown wasn't measured in days anymore. It was measured in heartbeats. Honestly, that's what makes being part of ARMY feel so unique. It's never only about the stage. It's everything leading toward it. The airport. The rehearsals. The tiny interactions. The smiles. The anticipation. The emotions shared by millions of people across different countries who somehow feel connected through the exact same excitement. And maybe that's why this arrival felt so unforgettable. Because it wasn't simply BTS arriving in America. It felt like the opening scene of a story the entire world was about to witness together. The atmosphere carried that unmistakable feeling that something extraordinary was waiting just beyond tomorrow. You could almost hear the stadium already. The roar of tens of thousands of voices. The music echoing through every corner. The lights slowly dimming. The opening note. The first silhouette appearing beneath the massive screens. And somewhere inside that moment, Jimin standing there. Ready. Confident. Graceful. Prepared to perform in front of one of the largest global audiences imaginable. But before all of that, before the music, before the choreography, before the halftime show transformed into history, there was this quiet airport moment. This simple walk. This effortless smile. This outfit that somehow reflected everything fans have always loved about him. Elegant without trying. Confident without arrogance. Powerful without needing to be loud. And honestly, isn't that the perfect description of Jimin himself? It wasn't just fashion. It wasn't just another celebrity airport appearance. It felt like the calm before something unforgettable. And somehow, as more behind-the-scenes glimpses began appearing throughout the day, fans started noticing tiny details that made the anticipation grow even stronger.